Welcome to the Jellyfish Journals. My name is Susie, and I want to do a full flip through of my second Archer and Olive journal. So this journal is complete. It is completely filled up, completely used, and now it is completely on my shelf of completed journals. See what I did there? My first completed Archer and Olive journal I started in December of 2024, and this journal took me up through, April, the end of April 2025. So once I was getting close to being done with the B journal here, I knew that I needed another journal to start getting ready to move into, so that when this was done, I could just move in seamlessly to the next journal. At the time, I was going on the Archer and Olive site, and I just wasn't seeing anything that really spoke to me. I think what I was really craving was something with a beautiful spine, like the B journal, and at the time, they didn't really have any. So it seems like they are doing more with their spines now, which I love. But since I wanted something with a pretty spine or some decoration on the spine, I did go on eBay and I found this one. It is an older one. So I will say, like, the cover doesn't feel quite as luxurious, I guess, or as high end. I went ahead and purchased this from somebody on eBay and got this one all set up to move in. Now this one is completely finished. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look and just see what I have done in this notebook. And let's get started. So the first thing I always do in a notebook is I try to make the first few pages kind of connect to whatever the design is on the cover. I just find it to be a really easy way for me to start a new journal, not overthink what those first pages are going to look like. I don't know if any of you are like me, but I flip through my journals pretty frequently. I don't always just turn to the next page that I'm going to work on. I like to constantly go back and look at them. And so it's important to me that these first pages are something I want to see over and over and over. And so I sort of drew out, it's kind of hard to tell here because there's cutouts, but I sort of drew out on this page this similar pattern to what was here. It ended up being more pink than peach. That's okay, what's done is done. And then I just cut out some butterfly shapes you can see here. So you can kind of see those butterfly shapes. I used them as decorations in other places, found some coordinating paper and stickers, and I just had a little bit of fun creating the kind of first few intro pages. Did a little bit of journaling about where I'm at, or I should say where I was at when I started this notebook, mentally and journally. And then it was time to get started. So this was my calendar setup for May. Every month I do a monthly changeover title page spread, and really it's just to document the same things every month. So I always do a line a day. I try to have some sort of fun, flippy Dutch door element. I document events that are going on that month, and then I have my calendar where I track 10,000 steps a day. And you're going to see that over and over in the different spreads. But then I just kind of go through and decorate. I don't really do any kind of bullet journal style. I don't necessarily do Sunday through Saturday every week in my journal, or even a week. Sometimes you'll see like this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one does have 7 days in it. I guess I'm going to guess that May 1st and 2nd are actually at the end of the other journal. But sometimes you'll see I have 7 days on there. Sometimes you'll see I have 2 days. Sometimes I may have 1 day and then some kind of list set up next to it. I really just try to have fun decorating. I like the creative aspect of this, and then I just kind of squeeze in however many days I can fit in that spread. This is just a list spread. Sometimes I feel like there's a lot in my head and I just want to dedicate a page layout to a list. So I've got my list here, and then this was just something fun I decorated. The only seasonal decorating you'll really see me do, although I might end up doing some for winter because I do love snow, is just a like once a season spread. So this was spring or near the end of spring, and I got a sticker book that had some seasonal elements in it, and it was right at Mother's Day, so I thought that would be kind of nice. And I just kind of give a few days to that. So I think this is 1 day, 2, 3, 4 days in that spread. Oops, peeling it up. This was during Teacher Appreciation Week, and now that I'm almost done filming this, I can finally pull these up. Just some former students that wrote me some notes, and some of my students that I had during that week wrote some notes, and I just kind of wanted to keep them. This is just another normal spread. This one looks like I did a day, a to-do list, a day, a to-buy list, and a don't forget. So I guess 3 days on this spread. This sticker book I absolutely love. I bought this to do a pansy layout for my mom's birthday in January, and I love moving into a new journal so frequently because it gives me a chance to use the same sticker books again without feeling like they're being overused. So it's kind of fun. You'll see a lot of the same elements pop up a lot because I try to really use what I have. It's just a fun journal spread. Sometimes for those, like this is a 4-day spread, but I don't have any lists or things I was doing. I just did some journaling. And this was my summer goals. I don't know if I gave this much thought after that, but I do know I did do all of these things. So just kind of fun. These are just some ephemera I printed out from Etsy. This spread, I did a brick stamp in the background, and I used some ink to darken the page, and sometimes that keeps everything from looking so white all the time and having just white pages. So if you're afraid of colored pages, I think this could be a really fun way is to just ink something and try it out and start getting used to some colored backgrounds. This was also done with some neon inks and just some black and white stickers, black and white washi tape. And then this, I don't think it's gonna fit if I turn it this way, not too well. So I'm just gonna kind of leave it sideways, but it's a calendar, all of my summer calendar, which I just realized I never went back and filled in the end. So I'll have to check my app and go in and finish this up. But I just took some die cut elements around it. I did a vertical calendar for the entire summer. So it doesn't have like where July starts or June starts, but there's the first. So that would probably, oh no, that would be June, July, and then August right here. So just so I could keep track of my workouts for the summer. And another to-do list with my badges I earned in May for working out. And then we're on to June. And so you'll see here I have my 10,000 steps a day calendar. I have my lists of things that are happening that month and my line a day. I liked this one with the butterflies coming up to meet in the middle. And I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. Don't be afraid to use your stickers. I'm pretty sure I used every single butterfly sticker in that sticker book to do this. And you know what? I'm not going to be sad. If I go back and I want a butterfly for something and I don't have one, then I will think of something else. But right now, I love that these are in here. I don't remember what happened here, but I tried to cover it up with some white gel pen. This was a sticker I got at Dollar Tree. It says Chase the Sun. And I do remember this day, my husband came downstairs to talk to me about some stuff. So I just pulled out some watercolor paint and had some fun while we were chatting. And then just put the sun sticker in the middle. And it's just kind of silly, but it was fun. Just another little layout here with some photo strip stickers. I think these are at Michael's. This is a packing list. So these are some papers that I got on Amazon, and I made some lines. They're a little hard to see, but I made some lines really faint with probably a Tombow marker. and a gold gel pen, and just made my packing list because I was heading on my annual trip with my best friend. And so we took a trip to the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, and we saw Olympic National Park and North Cascades National Park, and we went to Forks. And so I put down the map here and printed it in black and white. That way it wouldn't conflict with the other colors in the spread. And I just sort of outlined where we drove and what we did. And then I just documented a little bit of what we did each day on our trip. It was, I think, the longest trip we've ever taken together, so that was kind of cool. And then, of course, since we were in Forks, I found this like sparkly Edward sticker, which just cracked me up. So he made an appearance, and I used my little Canon IV photo printer to just print some photos of our trip. My stepdaughter loves Stitch, and I had some stickers and paper in my classroom with Stitch on them, so I thought that would be just kind of a fun little spread to break it up. I do like to try to mix things up a bit, so if this is real woodsy and foresty, then I want the next thing to be not so realistic. Not long after I got back from the other trip, my husband took me up to Grand Teton National Park, which I had never been to, even though it's not that far away. I found this beautiful iridescent sticker in one of the gift shops, and so I stuck that down here and put down some iridescent paper and some iridescent bird stickers from the Happy Planner. And then I just journaled about our trip, and this one makes me really happy. It shows up really nice on camera, all that rainbowy iridescence. And oops, I missed one. This was, I think I just really wanted to use this orange washi tape. So I stuck that down and pulled out some washi tape stickers I have. And I can link that down in the description box below. And I just went through and tried to pull out everything that had oranges and greens in it. Made a collage at the top. And then this is just a 2-day spread, June 23rd, June 24th. So 2 days. And now we're going into summer. So this is out of that same seasonal sticker book. And this is a great way to make sure you use those stickers. If you buy 20 different seasonal sticker books, you will probably never use them all up. So I bought one that I liked for all the seasons, and I'm just going to use that until that's out, and then I'll go and get something else. But I loved the colors, and I like that these also have those iridescent. I don't think they're picking up the rainbow as much, but those silvery areas are iridescent. And so just put down some things that I did over the summer here and had a little fun with that. June was probably the best month I've ever had with badges. I am a teacher. I was on summer break, so I was able to just have a lot of fun trying to collect badges and stay fit. And sometimes these sticker books give you a lot of repeat stickers. So this one says do all the things, and I just decided to make it kind of background wallpaper since I felt like I did all of the things in June. And now we're on to July. I was inspired by this whale shark sticker last year in July. My daughter and I went and swam with whale sharks as her graduation present. And so I wanted to kind of commemorate that a year later. So we've got my line a day. We've got my 10,000 steps a day, and then the things that I was planning to do in the month of July. And the background here is ink. I use different blues. So I started, I think, with the lightest blues and then added less and less blue in darker colors. So the darkest blue was the last one I added, but I didn't need as much of it. This was a spread I did when I went to my friend Amanda's house to journal, and I wanted to try out some of her washi tape. I shouldn't say try it out. I know how it works, but I wanted to use some of it. So I went ahead and I just made this V shape, and this became a 3-day spread. And I was able to pull out some stickers from a new book I had just gotten. So all of the stickers came from the same sticker book. The washi tape came from my friend Amanda. And I also created this one at her house. These unicorns are really funny. I don't know, I won some weird contest in a staff meeting at work, and I picked the stickers as my prize, and it was fun to finally be able to use them. I made some boxes with a silver gel pen, and then some of these boxes are from Wrong Wrong. the Rainbow Boxes sticker book. And then I just had these letter stickers from somewhere that say Work It Girl, so I just thought that was kind of funny. This was a spread that came out of a boho sticker book. I think all the stickers. I liked this, oh, what's this stuff called? Rattan, I guess. And I kind of used that as my base and just kind of kept the colors to those beiges and greens and pulled out whatever worked there. But again, everything here, as far as I remember, came out of that one sticker book. So have fun. Don't be afraid to use what you have. This is all out of another sticker book. This is all out of a Happy Planner Tropical sticker book. And for this one, I loved these palm fronds. And when I flipped through the sticker book and realized that there were enough palm fronds and these background palm tree stickers and these little, they're not really postage stamps, but just kind of like, almost like little mini posters. I just decided I was going to stick with that color theme, so this became a 6-day spread. And I kind of like the repetition of each day. I think that, and if I remember right, this one came together pretty quickly. I just had to find some markers that went along with the colors, but I think it worked out well. This was intended to be a spread to cover a few days, but once I got going on it, I realized I had a lot of things to purge out of my head. So kind of like what I said way back here, where sometimes I just have a lot of things in my head that I need to kind of dump out all at once, and I don't want to spread them across a few days. I just went ahead and I made 2 huge, well, I guess one gigantic to-do list. And I was looking, and I did do that too, and I'm sure I cut the cat's nails, but I used some stripey gold washi. This was a set, I think it was an Easter set, that's what the lilies and all that are from, but it was really just kind of pretty. And I do try to incorporate my faith into my spreads every so often. It's just a good reminder of some of these things. So like this is one of my very favorite Bible verses, and this is one of my very favorite hymns. Then I went ahead and created this. I do have a short video, like a YouTube shorts, on how I created this. These are some little mermaids I found when I was cleaning a closet that my daughters drew on a road trip. So I cut them all out. I put some ocean paper down, put down some of those rainbow boxes from the Wrong sticker book and some stickers that were in the same color tones, and just kind of created this silly little spread. But this is another 2-day spread. So this is one day, this is another day. But it's just kind of a fun way to hold on to those memories. And this is a quote that I came across, and I had it in my phone and thought, you know what, I'm not looking at it in my phone, so let me put it in here. This is before I started my quote book. But I just loved this, and it was pretty easy. Man, I keep messing up my nails today. I painted them earlier, and then I fell asleep and messed them up, and I just keep on banging them up. I might have to do something about that now. But I just used some washi tape to decorate the little watering can, and I like how that came out. This was another attempt at stamping. I'm not that great at stamping, although I'm starting to wonder if it's this ink pad. I have a gold ink pad, and I'm wondering if it's just too juicy, maybe, because you might be able to pick up on all the little spots with a gel pen, like here, like a white gel pen. I had to clean it up. But I love how this came out. I took my daughter and 2 of her friends tubing that day or during this time, and it was just a lot of fun and happy accident. I'd already had the yellow stickers planned out and the grays, and this just kind of came together really well in the end. This was a spread that I did using some border that I got at Dollar Tree. I did do a video of this one. Actually, I think it's on the video where I show the stuff I bought from Dollar Tree. And I just wanted to be inspired by these little polka dots on the back. So I kind of went with that color vibe, and I think it came out kind of fun. It ended up being a 4-day spread. And sometimes it makes me laugh how much I try to cram into a small space, but I knew I wanted the 4 colors to show up. So I just tried to space those out and ended up making it 4 days. Oh, I forgot about this too. I went back to some texts that my best friend and I had sent each other after our trip, and she's really good at recommending shows for me. So I wanted a spread to kind of document what shows she had mentioned. I started to rewatch How to Get Away with Murder. That one was one I wanted to watch. She didn't recommend that, but she recommended these 3, and I just realized I still have not watched any of them. Instead, I went back to rewatch every season of Criminal Minds, which I've already seen like 5 times. So this will wait here until I get to that. This is just washi tape in the background, by the way. It didn't line up perfectly, but it lined up well enough. And I just kind of laid the washi tape down and then kind of cut out around these things so that it looked like it was behind the TV. This spread was another one I kind of went a little sticker crazy on. I knew I wanted to use these big circular stickers, and I knew that I wanted to cut out a window so that when you flipped it, it would still show on both sides. And when I did that, it looked kind of boring. So I started putting stickers around the little window, and then it looked top heavy. So I started putting stickers at the bottom. And before I knew it, it just had kind of exploded into all this. I have 0 regrets, but I also now have 0 flower stickers from that book. And you can see what I mean here. July, I only acquired 3 badges. It just ended up being a busy month. And then we are on to August, which I am confident now this is the last month in here. So this time my line a day is across the bottom of these. I went with this giraffe theme. I saw these stickers in Michael's, I think, and they just, I don't know why, but they made me smile. You can see August is when I'm back to school because I am definitely not hitting my 10,000 steps a day. And yeah, there's just some of the things that I did in the beginning of the month or during the month. I did draw this little tree in here to fill in that space, and I guess I never went back to do anything here, but that doesn't really bother me. And moving into August, this one, I just decided to have a little bit of fun with this sticker book that has all these fun. It reminds me of like a carnival. So I use these box stickers here, and these are the ones that have like a little notch cut out for the date. And so this is a really easy way to kind of use those if you're thinking, what am I going to do with a box sticker that has a notch cut out? Finding a way to disguise those is a really helpful thing to do. I turned these circular stickers into giant lollipops by using some checklist stickers also. But this is just a little kooky and fun and keeps it interesting when I have to write sideways or crooked or whatever. But then we're back to something very classy and normal. This is just some pretty blue stickers, florals. I used a blue Tombow marker to create some boxes, some gold washi, and just a simple little design. And since the last spread was something classy, now of course I'm going to move on to something silly. These were also stickers from my classroom, the Squishmallows, but they were just too cute. And I love that they came with box stickers. I thought that was funny because I'm not likely to put box stickers on my students' work. So that's kind of what motivated this. And they came with letters too. So I just turned it into a kooky 4-day spread and had a little bit of fun doing that. This is just me playing around with some paint pens upstairs while I watch TV with my husband. And for this page, I pulled out a couple of these big feather stickers I got at Dollar Tree. And I just tried to use that color scheme to help me lay it out. This is not one of my favorite spreads, but you know, it was an opportunity to use some of these colors I don't normally use and use this grid washi that I don't normally use. And in the end, I think it's kind of nice. Just a simple 4-day spread. You'll see I do this box thing a lot where it's just I quarter off the pages. It's an easy way to do it. It makes fun little sections to decorate. This I think was all from a kit I got in the checkout lane at Michael's. That was $1. And then some washi tape from Archer and Olive, and then just some polka dot washi tape. This spread, all of these stickers came out of the same sticker book from Happy Planner, and this time I decided to do the Dutch door at the top just because if you do them all at the bottom all the time, it ends up thickening up your book more at the bottom of your book than the top. So sometimes I try to balance that out this way. I like trying to use up a lot of stickers, and these box stickers were just beautiful and in the same colors. So I found checklists in that same sticker book that matched the color of the sticker, and I used that as a washi tape strip so that when you flip the Dutch door, you can still see that washi line underneath. And then I just pulled out some coordinating florals and boxes and things to kind of pull it all together. And then breaking it up again, if I've got some muted colors here, now it's time to have a little bit of more lively colors, some more fun. So I just took some neon washi tape that I have, and I just took a ruler and some neon gel pens and made these like lines, put down some black quotes and some black boxes, and kind of let the colors speak for themselves on this page. And I think this is the end, yeah, August 31st of all of the August spreads. This one I had just got, where did these come from? You know what, I think this was just their fall release. So I got this washi tape from the Archer and Olive fall release. It came with a really pretty plaid washi tape, which is what I was really after, but I didn't think it went with this. So I used the books and this book washi tape, and then I just pulled out some solid color washi tapes. And these book stickers all came from Amazon. I used some stamps that I had, I think from Michael's, and I colored in the letters. And then just used that same marker to create some dots for checklists. This is the only badge I earned in August, so it got the spotlight. It got to be a giant badge, and I wrote a little bit about it. I did say I hope I do better in September. Spoiler alert, I did not do better in September. And the last page is a washi tape graveyard, which was an idea that I got from a lady in the Archer and Olive, or I think it's the Archer and Olive Facebook group that I'm in. And I just thought it was such a brilliant way to use the last page and kind of hold on to all that. And it makes like a fun little collage at the end. So that's everything I did in this journal. I have already moved into my new notebook and already set up for October's calendar in that. So that will be coming out very soon. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you liked this video and have something to say, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down in the box below, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.